Hello and welcome back to the Movie Memo Recaps. Today we are going to recap a 2012 movie titled This Means War. Please be advised that there will be spoilers ahead. In the opening scene, we are introduced to Franklin and Tuck, top CIA agents and best friends in Hong Kong. They are on a secret operation to prevent two international criminals from acquiring a weapon of mass destruction. Jonas and Karl Heinrich, their intended targets, arrive at the party and enter a secure room to carry out their deal. Inside, Karl betrays his partners and murders them all. Karl and Jonas attempt to reach a chopper to escape swiftly. Franklin and Tuck engage in a gunfight with their bodyguards to stop the criminals from fleeing. Tuck survives the battle with Karl and Jonas for the chopper, but he is nearly killed. Karl leaves the building on a parachute as Jonas attempts to eliminate Tuck. However, Franklin steps in, leading Jonas to tumble from the structure during the altercation. Karl arrives and grieves for his brother, vowing vengeance on the agents. The two return to the CIA field office, where their supervisor, Collins, summons them for a meeting. She questions them about making their goal public and informs them that Karl is now seeking vengeance. She grounds them for their recklessness and assigns them to desk duties. We are introduced to Lauren, a product testing executive. Lauren suddenly runs across her ex-boyfriend, Steve. Despite being devastated to learn that he's now engaged, she manages it with a huge smile. She pretends to be meeting her boyfriend, Ken, a surgeon, and proceeded to a sushi restaurant in the vicinity. Ken turns out to be her sushi chef. Steve and his fiancée also arrive. Steve asks about Lauren's date, but Ken reveals that Lauren always comes alone. This leaves Lauren embarrassed since she had lied earlier. Later, she meets Trish, her closest friend, who learns of the awkward experience and expresses guilt that Lauren fell in love with Steve. Trish believes her love life is stagnated after their separation and recommends that she try online dating. Lauren, on the other hand, is skeptical about online dating, fearing that she will meet a stalker or a serial killer. On the other hand, Franklin and Tuck are attending a family reunion at Franklin's grandma Nana Foster's house. Franklin, a womanizer, cannot see the allure of settling down with a single person, although Tuck, a divorcee, admires Nana Foster's relationship. The following day, Tuck attends his son Joe's karate practice, where he is subjected to a brutal beating while the coach commends his skills. Tuck commends his impressive work, but Joe perceives him as lacking in fighting knowledge due to his profession as a travel agent. Katie, Tuck's ex-wife, arrives to pick up Joe. Tuck proposes a family outing, but she declines. Franklin and Tuck both see the same dating advertising that evening. Franklin dismisses it as a joke, but Tuck seems fascinated. Lauren comes to work the next day, eager to be there, only to learn that Trish has opened up an account on a dating site for her. Trish suggests that she broaden her search to appeal to the maximum number of men, despite her outrage at the information. Lauren encounters Tuck's photo and examines his profile, finding him charming. Subsequently, Franklin is informed of Tuck's rendezvous with Lauren and the dating profile he has compiled. Concerned that Tuck may meet a crazy woman, Franklin prepares to accompany Tuck and wait nearby in case Tuck needs emergency extraction. That day, Tuck and Lauren meet and get to know more about one another. Both of them seem to enjoy the moment and show a progression to get along together. Meanwhile, Franklin is browsing the merchandise at a neighboring video store. Tuck and Lauren's date went well, and the two intend to stay in touch and are excited for another date. Lauren then visits the video store to purchase a film before returning home, where she encounters Franklin. They instantly start discussing movies. Lauren recognizes him as a playboy and informs him that she is not one of his possibilities, despite his claim to be knowledgeable about movies and women. The conversation piques Franklin's interest, and he utilizes CIA resources to obtain Lauren's contact information. The following day, he interrupts her presentation and crashes one of her product review meetings, pleading with her to accept his date or he will refuse to go. Lauren agrees only to secure his departure. Later, Franklin and Tuck are at work discussing their romantic interests when they discover they are dating the same lady. Franklin dismisses Tuck's inquiries about whether Lauren sought a date, claiming that it is not important. Franklin also believes it would be unfair if he got involved, but Tuck takes it personally, and the two decide to fight for Lauren's attention, setting ground rules such as not interfering with each other or jeopardizing their friendship. Meanwhile, Heinrich is tracking down Franklin and Tuck, intending to avenge his brother's death. Later, Tuck takes Lauren on a date, and everything goes well as the two enjoy each other's company. The following day, Franklin sets out for a date with Lauren. Tuck, feeling anxious, battles not to spy on them, a thing that breaks one of the ground rules they set. Franklin takes Lauren to a club, where he is well known and the center of attention. However, Lauren departs. Lauren shows her disappointment, revealing how uninterested she is in Franklin's showbiz, relating it to a 15-year-old teenage behavior. Shortly, she sees Steve with his fiancée approaching and instantly tells Franklin to kiss her, intending to make Steve feel jealousy. Lauren introduces Franklin as her surgeon boyfriend, which Franklin accepts, irritating Steve. After they leave, Lauren decides to hang out for a bit. They share a pizza and genuinely get to know each other, establishing a strong bond. Franklin discovers that Tuck has reconned his date and confronts him about it. Colin stops them in the middle of their argument to tell them that Heinrich is trying to get into the States through a contact named Ivan, who lives in Los Angeles. After that, both friends declare that they have a strong affection for Lauren and will not cease to see her. Tuck tells Franklin about their kiss, but Franklin claims they both shared it. The two then transformed courting Lauren into a full-fledged assignment, briefing their teams on all the information they need about her. Tuck breaks into Lauren's home to acquire information, but he is not alone. Franklin is also conducting his own recon mission inside. The two receive notification of Ivan's address the following day. They enter Ivan's poker game, pretending to be Heinrich's buddies and acting inebriated. However, Ivan grows suspicious, resulting in a gunfight. Ivan manages to escape the room, however, Tuck and Franklin pursue him and eventually corner him, leading him to surrender. Later, Lauren meets with Trish and shows her images of the two. Franklin is observing the feed when Tuck interrupts, compelling them to watch it together. Trish advises Lauren to date both of them, or she might try them out and tell Trish which one she prefers. Lauren is perplexed, so she gives herself 1 week to decide. Tuck and Franklin begin working intensively on their research. Tuck discovers she enjoys vehicles and takes her out for a joyride. Franklin spies on them with a drone, but Tuck shoots it down. When Franklin discovers she has a passion for Gustav Klimt, he takes her on a special tour of his collection, claiming he is his favorite artist. His tech team provides him with information about the artist which he delivers to Lauren. Tuck taps his communications and begins to provide him fake information. Despite this, Lauren has a great time with him. Lauren meets with Trish to discuss her meeting with Franklin, however, she remains of the opinion that he is somewhat self-centered. Franklin, who appears to be acquainted with everyone, overhears the conversation and takes her to a dog shelter. He confidently picks one of the puppies, who attempts to maul him until he returns it. He intends to acquire a dog, claiming he wants to be more responsible. Tuck overhears her telling Trish that he is sweet but plays it too safe. Consequently, he decides to take Lauren to a paintball game. He commences to demonstrate his abilities, even eliminating numerous youths with a grenade and capturing the flag independently. Trish is informed about Lauren's dates, however, she is convinced that they are acting peculiarly and causing her to lose her mind. Lauren decides to participate in intercourse with both individuals to select the victor. Following this exchange, Tuck and Franklin find themselves torn between honoring their commitment and having sex with Lauren. They choose not to sleep with her and shake hands. The next evening, Tuck invites Lauren over to his house. Franklin initiates his assault, which results in the activation of all sprinklers as the two begin to kiss. Franklin gets his chance to invite Lauren over. She excuses herself to use the restroom as he prepares to commence a task. However, Tuck shoots him with a tranquilizer dart. Lauren emerges completely weary and departs disheartened. Tuck and Franklin return to work the next day, despite a disagreement over their conflicting dates. They persist in questioning Ivan, who remains irritated and engaged in verbal sparring. Ivan reminds them that they will both die soon, despite their desire to know Heinrich's whereabouts. Heinrich arrives at the Los Angeles harbor and proceeds to his transportation. The following day, Franklin takes Lauren to meet Nana, who is anxious to get to know her. During their walk through the stables, Lauren notices images of Franklin's parents and learns that they died in a horrible car accident. Nana underlines that Franklin must have a high level of trust in her, as she is the first girl he has brought home. Subsequently, the entire family convenes for dinner, and they all enjoy engaging in conversation regarding Franklin's childhood. Franklin walks her home after dinner. She says she had a wonderful time and truly likes him. The two end up spending the night together. Lauren has a meeting at work the next morning and decides to leave quickly. Franklin is disappointed since he had hoped they could grab breakfast. Lauren tells Trish about her night and how much fun she had, and she would rather not see Tuck, but Trish persuades her to go. Tuck begins his tasks, but his crew fabricates the concept that there is no recording from the previous evening. The man explains that Franklin spent the night with Lauren, which leaves Tuck disappointed. Franklin is at home when his escort, Maya, a flight attendant, arrives for a pre-arranged appointment. Franklin, on the other hand, denies her request, claiming that he has already met with someone. It is then that he learns how much he admires Lauren. Following his night with Lauren, he endeavors to offer an apology to Tuck and clarify that his feelings for her are sincere. However, Tuck escalates the situation. Tuck decides to introduce Lauren to Joe as he is the only family he has. They pick up Joe from school, and Tuck introduces Lauren as his buddy. Joe inquires about Uncle Frank, however, Tuck informs Lauren that Frank is merely a colleague. Lauren takes the two to her office, where they enjoy playing with the products. However, Franklin gets jealousy with what he observes. After dropping Joe off, Tuck and Lauren return home and begin kissing in his vehicle. Their makeout session leads into the house, where Tuck begins to discreetly destroy all of Franklin's cameras, leaving him with only the audio of them making love. Lauren is further disturbed by her perception that she harbors affection for both Franklin and Tuck. Trish finally gives Lauren some solid advice, advising her to choose the person who inspires her to be a better person. At work, both pals are having a violent fight about Lauren's position, with one claiming to have found her first and the other being the person she fell in love with. Tuck then adds that their friendship has ended, and Franklin informs him that he has already requested a transfer. Lauren then phones Tuck and invites him to meet her at a restaurant, leaving Franklin defeated. As the video of Tuck and Lauren in the car plays, Franklin packs up to leave. He suddenly notices something in the background, which turns out to be Heinrich, and goes to find Tuck. He arrives at the restaurant and interrupts their date. Lauren excuses herself to phone Trish for help. Franklin tries to warn Tuck of Heinrich's pursuit, but Tuck sees his activities as extreme. Tensions rise, resulting in a violent confrontation inside the restaurant, in which they ruthlessly beat each other until they collapse on the floor. When Lauren returns and overhears them arguing about their friendship, she understands they have been using her all along and flees. Trish arrives to pick her up and tells her about the whole situation. Suddenly, Heinrich's men surround the car, hit it from the back and front, and kidnap the occupants. While Tuck and Franklin are leaving, Tuck receives a call from Lauren, but they hear Heinrich's voice telling them to come unarmed and alone to a warehouse within an hour, or they will receive Lauren's and Trish's heads via mail. Franklin has a tracker on Lauren, so Tuck steals a car, and they leave. They make it to the automobiles, and Franklin dives from his truck to save Lauren. Meanwhile, Tuck forces Trish's car to lose control and fall into a pond, saving her as well. Franklin and Tuck both come clean to Lauren about their true identities as CIA operatives. The men are still pursuing them, so Tuck hands Lauren the wheel and almost loses control. However, Tuck steps in to save him, and the two restore their friendship. Tuck and Franklin destroy the automobiles that follow them before coming to a halt at an unfinished overhead road. Heinrich's quick approach compels the two buddies to apologize on each other's behalf. Lauren suggests that Franklin and Tuck activate his airbags by shooting the headlights after they have fired on his bulletproof vehicle. The companions successfully shoot the headlights. Nevertheless, the vehicle rolls off the bridge and toward them. Franklin saves Lauren, and Tuck respects her decision. He then wishes Lauren luck after she explains why she chose Franklin. The two then embrace as best friends as Franklin walks up to him. Franklin and Lauren then kiss on the bridge to begin their new life together. Tuck is present at Joe's karate practice, where Joe emerges victorious and repays the coach. Katie stops by to pick up Joe, but she decides to give their family another chance and invites him to join them for dinner. A few weeks later, Franklin and Tuck embark on a mission, while Franklin and Lauren organize their wedding, with Tuck playing the role of best man. Thanks for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more of these recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.